So I have a question. I know that like smart people are gonna do this, and I'm not gonna do it because I'm not smart. But are you changing Dash to offensive modding since his speed is arguably irrelevant right now?
I had did this before the Datacron even came out, so I was already kind of ready for it. Anyways, I think I had him at 340 with offensive modding, so I didn't really change anything.
Oh, so you just kind of did both at the same time?
Yeah, so he's fast, and then at the same time, he had already had offense modding, so I was like, okay, just go with that.
I hate you, but also very cool. Because I don't think my dash is that fast, and he's also not offensive modded. So,
I
uh,
get lucky where offensive mods, speed mods is where I struggle. It's ridiculous.
I did get a really, I did get a really good percent offense roll on one of my Darth Revan mods. I'm like, all right, you're 23. I would love you hit speed percent offense. Okay, that's fine.
Bro, Karen asked if it's an offense arrow. No. And I think that's the one thing I'm going to change, though, because like the Datacron has, I'm going to get all these bonus turns anyways. I want him to hit as hard as possible, especially with the increase of offense, the 10%. So I'm probably going to be changing that before the next GAC. So that's going to be nasty, man. I'm excited for him. He's probably my favorite one so far, other than I think OG Vader. OG Vader is nasty too.
We got to play with one of them on my opponent's defense this last round, and I don't know. He's probably not the best defensive team, but I felt really, really, really proud of the counter we came up with against him.
What'd you use?
Malik.
Oh yeah, just a solo Malik.
So I wanted to, but he had Thrawn in there, so we couldn't do a solo Malik. So we had to like throw like Talon and stuff in. But the dude, his AI is programmed to go for Force Crush every single time, and when it refreshes his whatchamacallit, so he just perma fears himself. It doesn't matter because he's always applying a dot to Malik, and he can never get into Merciless. He can never cull someone. He can never get anywhere. So yeah, it went down real easy, and it was even like the really good one where he had the revive on the level 9.
Ooh. Yeah, and it was just a Vader squad. It wasn't with Lord Vader, right?
No, yeah, it was Vader, Thrawn, and Shore.
Yeah, I don't think I would have placed that on offense. I think that's our defense. I think that's more of an offensive team. I
Oh,
think if
definitely, yeah.
Vader's going to go on offense, I think you have to place him with Lord Vader. Like those squads are nasty, especially with the OG Vader Datacron. I could see that being a problem.
Yeah, so what are you gonna do for this is probably a question we should leave for later, but what are you gonna do for fives?
For what Datacrons or for these ones?
Lord Vader and Darth Vader.
Oh, I'm separating them. Oh, I'm separating them super hardcore. I think I don't know. Because I tested it in arena and I just used Vader, I used Crew, and I used Watt. And I probably could have got away without using Watt. And I took out a whole race squad with just them three. So I think you're okay with just using like a undersized team with Vader, and then using your rest of Empire with Lord Vader. And I really, the one I'm really concerned about is Star Killer because I kind of want to use EP with Tarkin because Tarkin's nasty too. But then again, you're stuck because it's like, okay, do I use EP and Tarkin and not Mara Jade, or do I throw Mara Jade in there because Mara Jade's basically going to be doing the same thing too? It's just then it kind of twists everything because it's like, do I need Piet with Tarkin? So that kills my trooper squad. It's just it's a lot of options, and we're all gonna have to kind of figure that out.
Yep, and we can all kind of figure it out for ourselves too. Like there's, and we're back to the kind of game where there's not just one right option to it. I've seen a lot of
Yeah,
people, not a lot, but I've seen a few. But like other people are just using other Star Killer comps. Like actually, Bison here beat me to the punch. But yeah, Red and Crew are not terrible with Star Killer. It's not EP Mara, but it's still a very viable team. And the one team that I wanted to try, I wanted to use this against Gas just to see if I can go that cheap. But Count Dooku and Asajj and Star Killer. Like I does that still beat? Does that just still clobber gas? Because Halp and Mara, that's a pretty good combo,
Yeah,
even on
man,
their own. Give them
it's
Tarkin,
nasty. Yeah, that's what I put on defense, and it got one shot every time. But I'm really interested to see what they use
on
because
Chewie,
it's like,
maybe.
yeah, something that either stops turn meter or something that can just rip them off at like right off the rip, like Han Chewie, like you mentioned. Um, for me, I used Vader, Starkiller, and Crew to take out a Ray in 3v3 this week, which was really nasty too, because Vader can kind of get his turn meter manipulation going to where he kind of loops, but it's cool. He has to do one basic. So he's constantly doing one basic, and then Starkiller's in there giving an assist. So by the time Starkiller gets loaded up, ready for the big hit, you're ready for it. So I don't know. There's options. It's just a matter of where you want to do and where your relics are.
Definitely, definitely.